Welcome to something special. Welcome to TEDx. This TEDx event is part of a global conversation that takes place every day in every corner of the world. In schools, in theaters, in workplaces, even in prisons, people gather to hear the best ideas bubbling up in their communities. More than 3,000 TEDx events are held every year in 170 countries. It's a remarkable thing. TEDx events are self-organized under a license from TED, a non-profit organization devoted to discovering and sharing powerful ideas in the form of TED Talks. It's not TED itself, but your local TEDx team of volunteers that has done all the work to put on today's event, including booking all of the speakers. It's this team's ideas, dedication, and time that have made this possible. We really hope today's program sparks an exciting conversation. This is a day for curiosity and for skepticism, for inspiration and for action. The more you enter into it, the more you will take out. And now, on with the show.
So, hi everyone. This TED Talk is like going to talk to students. And the reason I want to talk to students is because you are the first generation in history to grow up with a tool that can write your essay, explain homework, or just generate images. And when you use it, it can feel like magic. But behind this magic lies a choice. Generative AI is powerful. It can launch you in an era of wisdom and self-learning that we have never seen. But something worse can happen. But before we delve into it, I would like to review what generative AI is. So generative AI is a software that's going to generate images, words, sounds, based on what you type. But it doesn't understand like a human. It will predict, it mimics, it fills in the blank. And yet, the results can feel incredibly smart. The first time I tried ChatGPT, I asked it to write something. And I was really amazed. Like, honestly, it was good, it was fast, it was accurate. Almost too good. And it leads me to a question. If I let this thing do all the work, what will happen to my own thinking? And at that time, I realized that AI felt like a shortcut. But by definition, such shortcut skips something. And I was wondering, is what we are skipping growth? So I'm going to look at two students using AI, the same tool. The first one needs to do something about climate change and how climate change is going to affect the ocean. And if you look at the way the student is interacting with the machine, there is just one idea. Do it for me. And as you can see, it's doing it pretty well. But it's not interesting. It's not growth. It's not learning. It's just a big shortcut. And then we can take a second one. And the second one is taking a different approach. It's considering AI as a thinking partner, not a shortcut. And using the same tool, we have different results. Because the second mindset, the second student, wanted to grow. Both students used AI, but in that case, only one will work out smarter. So we have problems if we rely on AI too much, because if AI seems clever, it sure is not fair. A 2024 study found that ChatGPT actually gave different college recommendations based on the student identity, whether they were male, female, wealthy, or a person of color. For example, it directed low-income students away from STEM, and a black student with exactly the same grades as a white student got different advice. And so it's just not unfair. It's really dangerous, because what these tools are saying or don't say is filtered, because they are trained by corporations. And because they are trained by corporations, this corporation can become the editors of your curiosity. Ben Williamson, who was a leading education researcher, said that AI systems are gatekeepers of knowledge. And they could become powerful determinants of which knowledge students are permitted or not permitted from encountering. Because if you don't pay attention, what you will learn, what you will explore, will be shaped by the algorithm you will never see. And there is another risk. The more we outsource our thinking, the less we practice it. And over time, we will lose the ability to spot bias. We will lose the ability to ask why, to challenge what AI gives to us. And there is actually a scientific term that was coined in 2024, which is metacognitive laziness. And basically, metacognitive laziness is when we stop thinking and we let the machine decide. So it was important to me, as I am a teacher, talking to students, to talk to my peers about what they think about AI. And the consensus was that they were not really afraid about students using AI. They were afraid that students will stop using their mind. And teachers, they are adapting. They are not afraid of tech. They are afraid of you losing the ability to think. And they're ready to become the mentors that will guide you students in how to use AI well. It's by reflecting, by asking questions, and by staying curious. And I will not make teachers obsolete. If anything, it will make their mentorship more essential. So there is also the role of schools. Schools, and our school, is doing more than keeping up. They are really thinking and brainstorming about shaping the future of learning. And it's in this new AI world, schools will play three essential roles. The first one will be the role of guides. They will help students use AI with ethics, purpose, and reflection. They will be also skill builders because they will train students to spot bias, to ask the right question, and to think critically. And last but not least, they will be the protectors of curiosity. They will remind the student that fast answers are not the goal. Deep thinking is the goal. So students, if you're unsure about how to use AI, ask your school, ask your teacher. They are here, adapting with you. So let's pause for a second. I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever asked ChatGPT something before ever giving it a try yourself? I know I did. And in that moment, that very tiny decision, which seems like nothing, may be where a bad habit starts. Because it is the moment where you chose convenience over growth. So, as you can see, this title is a power of question. And as a physics teacher, of course, I'm a bit of a fan of Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein said that the important thing is not to stop questioning. Why? Because it is still true today. Learning with AI will not begin when you are using the tool, but when you are questioning the output. There is a scary statistic. Less than 40% of children are checking generative artificial intelligence outputs. That means in this room, there are 6 people out of 10 that will take everything they read from an AI as a fact. That's super scary. Just blind trust. At that point, blind faith. And that's not learning. It's just sleepwalking through knowledge. So when you ask, when you challenge, when you wonder, that is when the real learning begins, not when you are using the tool. It's important to understand what AI literacy is. And AI literacy has been defined by researchers as a set of competencies that will basically help individuals critically evaluate AI technologies. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you use AI, ask, Did I ask the right question? Do I agree with what the AI generated? What is missing? And maybe most importantly, what do I think? Me, not the AI. Because the most powerful tool in the world is useless if you let it think for you. See AI as a rocket. It's going to go somewhere very far, extremely fast, but it still needs a pilot. So learn with it, grow with it, and never stop thinking for yourself. Thank you.